Welcome back, and this is the home stretch, and it's my pleasure to welcome an Africa Magic Viewers Choice Award winner, a former, Big Brother participant, and I think she placed second or something. I think she was the runner-up, and she's an actor, she's a producer, she's a television presenter,
And a radio presenter too.
and a radio presenter, and we can go on and on and on. Have you guessed who it is? Oh, you haven't? Well, Bisola Ayeola is our artist of the week this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. And
Good
thank you for
morning.
being with us.
Thank you.
Why are you blushing in red?
Just all the accolades. I'm like, wow, me? Really?
We haven't even started.
Well, they're all the things that you've done.
We haven't even
So yeah,
started.
that's why I'm blushing. Thank you
And
very
you're
much.
blushing in red.
And you're
Orange.
used to being in front of the camera, so what's your problem?
I am, but it's just, when you have...
Oh, is that me they're talking about?
Yes, it felt so good. When
But you're an actor, and you're a
am.
producer, and you won the Africa Magic Viewers
Yeah.
Choice.
I think one of the things that she's struggling with is she's always had to be the one to introduce people.
Yes.
Now to be the one to be introduced
Okay, all right.
is intimidating. You haven't even started. But anyway, just go on.
It's good
Thank
to
you
meet
very
you,
much.
Bisola.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, you have done a lot of things in your lifetime, in your very short lifetime.
Yes.
And all I can say is congratulations
Thank
on
you very
all these things that you have done. We were watching Boda Luku there.
Yes.
What was that all about?
Okay, so when I was much younger, I remember, I think I was about 3-4 years old, just very faint memories I have of my dad. And I remember he always said my cheeks were always shaking every time I walked. So he would tell me, I remember him always saying, lefu, rete, lefu, and that I should keep doing that. And every time he was laughing at my cheeks shaking. So when I got to work with Ade, when I heard the beats, that was all that was coming to my head. Lefu, rete, lefu. And I'm like, okay, let's just work with this. And that was how Bodaluku was born.
Well, your dad must have been a fan of, was it Jacob and Papi Lulu? Because I
And you
mean,
must have been plump when you were little,
I was.
for your cheeks to be shaking as you walked.
Well, I'm still plump, so my cheeks still shake when...
well, that part.
Yeah.
Okay, so your trip up until now must have been quite an adventure for you.
Yes.
As Alera said, I've seen some of your acting, and my wife would probably be listening and say, perhaps even, I don't know, what's that game? That signature thing? Autographs. They don't sell in Nigeria.
Alaoku.
They don't sell in Nigeria, do they?
Well, some children still believe in collecting them
What
in
children?
the hope that one day it will be worth something.
Okoko Michael or Ajegunle? I'm just asking. So, when did that,
No,
for you, the acting, radio producing and presenting, television producing and presenting, where did it start?
I had always known I wanted to be in entertainment from when I was 13. And there was a particular incident that happened. I was switching schools, and my mom was talking to the principal, and the principal asked me, because it was a terminating class, GSS3, said, oh, okay, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, an entertainer. And my mom gave me one heavy knock on my head. She gave me one really heavy knock. I can't forget that moment. So it was then I knew I always wanted to be in entertainment, but it was music first. There was Project Fame in 2008, but before then I used to do a little bit of backup singing for some artists in Surulere. Wow. But then Project Fame came, and that was like my first stint at Fame. It was hard. Music still is very hard. So kudos to all artists out there. I don't know how they stay relevant. It's a lot of work, a lot of money as well. But it was while on Project Fame, I got to work with Mommy J and Sijoke Silva. And she used to give us little exercises on acting. And then after the show, I got feedback from some of the content directors and the DPs there that, look, Bisola, you should give acting a shot. And that was how I got my first role in a Yoruba series, Sababi. And then...
Is your Yoruba that good?
Well, so it's
Her name is Yoruba, isn't
yeah, I'm
it?
Yoruba. I
So?
understand it, but,
But-
sometimes my speaking can be funny. Sometimes, so I have to, especially when you're reading in Yoruba. That was a bit of a task.
Reading
for
Yoruba
me.
is a task.
It was such a
It's
task.
difficult.
Very.
I don't understand what. Anyway, I can understand you, but you.
It was such a
Excuse
task.
me.
I'm just
Really.
saying.
Yes.
But there are many of us. Yorubas.
I have lived in Lagos practically all my life, so I speak fluent Yoruba, but I find it difficult to read Yoruba.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So, the next interview is going to be in.
Oko, Oko, Oko.
Oko.
They're all okay. Oh,
Do you want me to shock you? There's this fellow, German, many years ago. He said that there's a language, there's a dialect in Yoruba land, in Ogun State specifically, that they have their name, a particular word in present tense, past tense, and past participle. I said, which one was that? He just said, give an example. Bisola, show te pa no yen. Metipo, afralapu, pa, po, pu. Anyway, so back to the acting thing.
Yeah.
I have enjoyed, I have to be honest, the Skinny Girl in Transit,
Thank you.
particularly your own role. I don't know why you didn't get the role, but maybe you weren't so skinny. But the thing about that, you have moved from acting to music to presenting. How easy is that transition?
I wouldn't. It's not been easy, but I think it's all about having the right team to work with. When I was on radio, it was very difficult juggling the acting with it. So that was I had to leave radio to focus on the acting. With music as well, the good thing with music is that you could schedule studio times and times you can record, and it's not like whatever you record is what goes out immediately. You can have like banks of music, but I just have a good team with me that somewhat helps balance my life at home and at work as well.
We'll come to that.
okay, all right, Bisola. We'll just go on a short break, come back, and continue this brilliant conversation that we're having. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. We still have Bisola Ayeola with us as our Artist of the Week.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's go way, way, way back. What did you study in school?
So I never went to university. Just my secondary education.
Where?
Our Lady of Apostles Yaba Federal Government Girls College Ipetumodu in Osun
Okay.
State. I did have a little diploma course in broadcasting when I wanted to work with women's
broadcasting
radio.
is still related. Thank you, Lord. Finally, we have somebody who is doing something related to what she studied.
Otherwise, she
Normally, we
wouldn't
have
even be there.
engineers who are singing.
And veterinary
Yeah,
medical.
but I had always wanted to be in entertainment, so I guess that was why that happened. I still want to study a little bit of filmmaking, be a director, on directing and producing as well. Maybe even take some courses on acting as well, because you never know it all. So
Yeah.
that is one thing. I actually had planned that for this year, but COVID said no.
So you've been very busy because we
I
were
have.
just watching clips from one of your movies there. So what next?
So this month, November 27th, a movie ITK Introducing the Kujus is going to be out in cinemas. And it's the first project I've worked on as a producer, a co-producer. I have learned so much because usually I'm always in front of the camera. I just, okay, act, read your script, you're done, on to the next.
Action,
Yes,
cut.
on to the next project. But with this one, I've worked with, and it's a film, my management company, Temple Management, asked me, like, Bisola, you've always said you want to do a lot in this film-making industry. Would you be a co-producer on this? And when they said yes, I was like, okay, fine. Let's give this a shot. I was so nervous, but I've learned so much. I'm still learning. It's a lot of work. Now I really respect and appreciate producers from the EPs, everybody behind the scenes. They're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
wow.
Thank
so
you.
yes.
Why are you taking a bow? Are you a producer?
Yes, I am. Who just happens to present.
What is good? Yes, we're all doing everything. It's all part of the production work.
Okay, now, one of the things that, we're running out of time, but one of the things that so many people need in this industry, Alera was just telling you, and I think I alluded to that as well, that most of the time you don't get to watch these things because it was sickening years ago. More and more people are coming in now. Perhaps that puts a little more responsibility on those who are doing it right to mentor other people so that the trajectory of excellence can continue.
Yes.
Do you have any plan to creating a mentoring system, or is there such a thing as a mentoring system in entertainment?
Well, there's always a mentoring system. It's probably just, we probably just don't have that body that says, okay, yes, this is a mentoring system or a school to mentor people and all of that. But for everything I know now, I have learned from people that have already been in the business. Like now, the director for ITK, Biodo Stephen Oladigbo, is a director, script writer, producer as well, and she has taught me so much. Aside acting, now in this producing business, so I would call her like a mentor of sorts. I think for everybody that is in the filmmaking industry, we just need to broaden our minds, open it up, because I find that so many things that I ask a lot of questions while filming, from what lens it is we're using to the production manager, or how do you get this location, and all of it has come together to help me now while making ITK. So I think everybody can be a mentor to somebody one way or the other without actually knowing it, but it's important that we all open our minds to learning every time.
Very quick one. What was the culture shock for you in production?
Well, there's no particular one. Everything was a shock. everything. Like now, because Film One is distributing for us, having these meetings with them, sitting down with them and seeing how hard they work. I always just felt like I would just do our film, give it to them in cinema and then let them play it. But there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. So it's everything. I would say everything, from scripting to actual filming to creating content for digital, everything.
And then there will be the shock of the marketing part as well.
Like, I have learned so much, too much. I'm like, I didn't know this is what happens. But I like it. It's interesting. It's scary. I'm nervous half the time, but I'm working with amazing people, and I just hope that everyone will come out to watch this beautiful movie that we've created.
Meet the Kujus.
Introducing the Kujus.
Introducing the Kujus.
Yes.
Bisola, Ayeola, thank you very much for coming. It's been so nice talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Multi-talented actor. Or should I say multi-talented singer? Which one should I pick?
Or multi-talented presenter? Or multi-talented producer?
Lady.
Oh, lady.
Thank you very much for
Thank you
coming.
so
and
much for
Bisola
having me.
winds up Sunrise for this day, the 14th day of November.